Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Shakedown Breakdown, the eagerly and highly anticipated part 2 of the fall of Perfectly Posh. At the end of part 1, we started to watch a live video that was happening on Facebook in the Facebook group Posh Bosses, which was a large Facebook group of anyone who ever became a Perfectly Posh consultant. And the CEOs and the COOs of this new MLM, Innov8tive Nutrition, which is not a new MLM, they've been around for a while. They went live in this Facebook group to address the concerns. Here's what I will tell you. We started watching a bit of it at the end of part 1, and then in between the taping of part 1 and now, Innov8tive fired me for the details of my termination letter. You can find it in the cards. I always forget which side would be. I guess right here, right? Yes, you can find it in the cards right here. And you can watch my terribly awful and heartbreaking termination letter from Innov8tive Nutrition. So because of that, I was eliminated. I was removed from the Facebook group that had this recording. And it's such a shame that I recorded it already on my phone. I did miss a couple little chunks. I don't think it's going to be anything earth shattering, but I have at least 30 some minutes here and then another 6-minute segment elsewhere that I just, sometimes when I know something's going to be good, I just start screen recording and put my phone down and go do my life. And I think I was getting ready for a wedding when I did that. So let's dive right in to this. And the reason that I am reacting to this particular video, and let me preface it with this. I have said in all of my coverage of Perfectly Posh and Innov8tive Nutrition that the consultants for Perfectly Posh are never, have never, were never anything like the consultants we see in MLMs like Prove It or Monat or Beachbody. And the reason that Perfectly Posh fell was because they tried too hard to not be an MLM. That was their downfall. You can't not be an MLM and try to be good and try to not be manipulative. So the consultants are not used to these types of people. They're just not. And I know this from firsthand experience because I know a lot of these people that are still in, people who are my friends that quit because of this. I'm getting a lot of information from them. So I am reacting to this in hopes of reaching the now Innov8tive Nutrition promoters who used to be consultants at Perfectly Posh, who are trying to look for answers, trying to navigate this new type of rhetoric that they are hearing and trying to figure out where they fit in and if they're going to quit. And so that's why I'm reacting to this. This is why I'm giving them my 2 cents of this type of behavior. So let's dig into it.
Is there anything Innov8tive can do? I don't want to start over. We're bringing over all of your customers. We purchased all of your products, and you are going to have a website that's functioning. Now, anything that happened prior to Thursday or Friday night, when your website went away, thank God, we had people that didn't take Memorial Day, didn't take a weekend. Literally, LaCour worked around the clock. We didn't know when they were going to do it. And I'll tell you guys, situation, they might have shut your website off on the first, and they would have held us hostage. So there's a reason why we waited.
Seems awfully convenient that they're being vague about the real situation, right? They're just like, oh, if we had told you about the real situation. And if you're the CEO of a company, what do you mean that you didn't know when they were going to do it?
I feel like you don't have to start over because of what we've done. Can we pay all of the stuff that promised you? We're spending $250,000 just to get an event that you already paid for, you guys. That money was spent.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at this where they are using, they're saying, are you going to get paid? Well, look at all of this money we are spending to do all these other things. That's not the question. The question is, are we going to get paid? That's the question. Don't talk about all the other money you're spending. That's irrelevant. Now, the other money that she's talking about is them still putting on the Uncon event in that people had already paid tickets for, and that money is gone. So real quick, I don't know if I've talked about this in a video. Basically what happened is that there was a new CFO that came into play when Ann Dalton left. And apparently he pulled a Schitt's Creek on them and just took the money, went to Hawaii, and then never came back. I mean, he's not in Hawaii. Obviously, they'd be able to get him. I don't know where he is now. I don't know that they know where he is. Maybe there's more of an update and I don't have it yet. But that's basically what happened, from what I can understand.
It's gone.
It's gone.
And we're spending our own money to make it happen.
Not the hotel wasn't paid. The speakers weren't paid. None of that stuff was paid. So you guys paid money and that money's all gone. We're now putting on the convention, which we wanted to do, but that's all out of our pocket. That none of that money was set aside for anything.
Again, the fact that it's all out of your pocket is irrelevant. These people don't care that you're paying for this convention out of their pocket. What they need are actual answers about what they're supposed to be doing, what has happened. They need, here's what happened, here's who is at fault, here's how we handled it, here's how we came to be part of this, here's what we were doing to make sure that that you were going to be okay. Here are the hard parts of this, here's what you're losing, yada yada. That's it. That's what you say. And then you acknowledge to the people that you are bringing into the fold, this sucks. If you want to be a good leader, you say to your new people, look, this is not going to be easy. This is going to be really difficult. And we know that this sucks and we hope that you'll stay with us. But here is what has happened. Here's what I'm legally allowed to tell you if there's a legal barrier. Here is what we are doing on our end. Here are the things that I am able to tell you right now. And as I'm able to tell you more, I promise I will tell you more. But they're not doing that. They're saying, look at all this other money we didn't know. And if you guys would have, they're making it so much like, look at what they did to you. Okay.
What I'm saying. So I just want you to know, but I want to address something I keep seeing over and over again. People say, well, I have a downline, so I'm good, but my little people are not. What are you talking about? Everyone wins in Innov8tive. Whether you're just a super part-time retailer, you have some customers, you can make up to 30% profit on every single customer. And so I don't.
Up to 30% profit. As I've looked through their compensation plan, it takes a while to get to 30%. But this tone of what are you even talking about? Already, she is creating this structure, okay, this dynamic of how can you possibly be doubting this when people are being thrust into an environment that is absolutely foreign to them. You want to just throw somebody in the middle of, Czechoslovakia, and when they don't understand how to say, where is the bathroom, you're like, what are you talking about? How do you not? And to say that everybody wins in Innov8tive nutrition, listen, please, Perfectly Posh people, if you are watching, I don't know that I ever heard that in Perfectly Posh, but the phrase everybody wins is frequently used across multi-level marketing in so many companies. And the way that a multi-level marketing company works, not everybody can win. Not everybody can win. And they're going to paint this picture, say, well, not everybody wants to be the six-figure earner or whatever. Okay, but when you have been brought into a company with the idea that you're going to be able to replace a full-time income, and literally not everybody can because it's mathematically impossible, not everybody can win, okay? So I want to point out these buzzwords, these things that they're trying to make you feel like, well, Heidi Whitehair said that everybody can win. Try again.
Understand this. Oh, well, I have a downline, so I can win in your company. Everyone wins in our company. We have retailers that are six-figure income earners, you guys. So everyone can.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You have retailers that are six-figure income earners? Okay, hold on. Let's just see if they have a income disclosure statement. Let's see. Let's see what it says. This page cannot be found. Is anybody surprised by that? Here we go. Oh, look, it's 2 paragraphs. The Innov8tive compensation plan is an exciting opportunity that rewards you for selling products and services and sponsoring other participants who do the same. Although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on commitment levels and sales skills of each participant. Since Innov8tive has recently launched, it lacks enough statistical data to prepare reliable income disclosures. There will be certain participants who will earn less while others will earn much more, right? Because that's how a multi-level marketing company works. That's how a pyramid scheme works. We're excited about the Innov8tive compensation plan, and we're confident it will provide you a solid foundation to help you achieve your financial goals. As with all endeavors, hard work and the time you decide to impact. So let's actually find the Innov8tive compensation plan. I actually think, hold on. Do I not have it? All right, hold on. So let's look at the Innov8tive compensation plan. Let's see if somebody can be just a retailer. Okay. So 0 to $1,000, 15%. All right. So $4,001 plus dollars, and you get 30% of the profit. And you want to tell me that if you are just a retailer, you're gonna make 6 figures. Did she say a month, or did she say, let's just even say in a year. Let's do it on the low end, okay? So let's say at $4,001 a month, okay? You're only making $1,200 that month. That's not a full-time income. That's not a full-time income. That's a month? A month? That's not a full-time income. I mean, that's $14,000 a year. What? So all right, I'm going to pause for a second so I can do this math and you don't have to watch me. Okay, so I'm not proud to admit it, but it takes me a minute to do reverse percentages or whatever. I can figure out the percentage of a number, but to revert whatever. So what she said was that they have retailers, people who are just retailers, okay, who are 6-figure earners. So let's just say earning 6 figures on the very, very low possible end would be $100,000 for the year. Let's say that 30% of your total earnings for the entire year was $100,000. So that means that you would need to sell $333,334. Wait, I can't say words. $333,334. There it is. In product to get 30%, which would equal about $8,333 per month. Okay, now that's on the very lowest end. Now, is $8,000 a month good? Sure, absolutely. But this is before taxes. This is before sunk costs. This is not taking into account any of your yearly fees, your own product that you're buying back, that you are buying, okay? It's not taking into account any of that. So when somebody says that they have many 6-figure earners that are just retail, I always call their bluff. I want to see the person who has no team selling $333,000 worth of product alone per year. You show me that and I'll say, all right, cool. Let's move on.
Everyone can win in this comp plan. So you obviously don't understand the comp plan if you're saying that little people cannot win. So that is absolutely not the truth. So I just want you to set that aside, open your mind, listen to the comp plan training again, over and over and over. That's been posted on this page, and watch it. And
let's just take a moment though and look at their comp plan, right? So first, oh, look at all those happy, beautiful faces. Such beautiful young people. Here's their mission statement. Here's their core values. Glossary of terms. Guys, when you are getting a new job, if they have to teach you what the words are, this is an example of cult language. This is cultish. When they have words that don't mean anything anywhere else. Okay? Unallocated volume. If you start working around being like, oh yeah, how was your TTV this week? You might be in a cult. So first there's the earning profits. Okay? Then there's 4 ways to earn. You know what I like earning? I like having one way to earn. I come to work, I do a job, and then you give me the money you said you would give me for it. That's like my favorite way to earn money. But here, retail profits, wholesale profits, downline commissions, and bonuses. Here's where, and when they want to say it's like so simple and you just clearly don't understand the plan, these plans are made for you to not understand them. And then they say things like that to you. You just don't understand it. To make you feel incompetent, inadequate, unable to keep up with the Joneses. So when you see things like this and you don't understand it, you're like, oh, I must be so stupid. No, they do it to confuse you intentionally. So then you've got this example. Methods to qualify to the achieved rank of silver promoter using unallocated volume. So already we're diving into this unallocated volume and all this nonsense. But look at this. Look at how it just gets smaller and smaller, right? The numbers get bigger, but it gets in this little like pyramid-y shape. Do you see it? You see it, right? So they've got these examples. Sue qualifies on her $4,001, which makes her a silver rank. Cindy doesn't have $1,000, so she doesn't qualify. Joe has $1,000 unallocated, so he qualifies with Sue as a silver rank qualified promoter. That doesn't tell me anything about what Sue is earning. Total between the 3 qualifiers are Sue 4,001, which makes her silver ranked. That makes no sense. Joe and Cindy both have $1,000 unallocated, which qualifies. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. This is not simple. So now they have a rank qualified promoter silver. It's a promoter who has total team volume. Guys, this is intentionally meant to confuse you. Okay? Then you've got your rank qualifications. Then you've got more rank oh my God, the rank qualifications. How are you supposed to read this and even come close to understanding? How? I mean, is that it? And then they don't even go into the bonuses? This is a lot of malarkey.
Until you have that aha moment. And if you don't, message me. I'll get on the phone and I'll show you. But I'm here to tell you, everyone wins with our compensation plan. Okay.
Yes. And, the little people, I mean, let's face it. In most companies, you have to work your way up to get anything. Here, the minute you're a promoter, you get 15% of the real dollar, even on your front line. My first company.
There's just like not a lot of money in either way. The way that they just compared that, in a real company, in another company, you have to work your way up to get anything. Wrong. You get hired, you get told you're going to make a certain amount of money, you show up, you do the work, you get that amount of money. In an MLM, in here, they're like, you get 15% on your dollar. Great, but that is assuming that anyone buys. It's not a guaranteed income. So they're trying to make it sound, they're trying to twist it. This is what manipulation looks like. They take what you know and they try to twist it, sometimes successfully, into sounding like something that you're like, oh, wait, but I guess that makes a little bit of sense. And they throw in more word salad and buzzwords, and then you are sufficiently confused.
What do we make on our front line, Dave? We spent $1,000 to join to even get there, and we made 1 to 3%. We've got an incredible comp plan that promotes the little guy making money, not have to get all the way up to 4,000 in volume. Every chunk of the when did we make it where they didn't have to spend any of their own money and they still get paid? I said, why did we do that? She said, here you can literally join, have zero money, and start earning immediately, even if you don't have money for your own products. Nobody does that, you guys. And I think we need more.
Okay, so let's just break that down for a second, because first of all, that's not even true. You have to spend $49.95 to become a promoter. Okay, so right out the gate. But why would anyone buy a product from me? Truthfully, the one thing that is true about network marketing, affiliate marketing, is that I will buy something because my friend says, oh my God, this dress is so cute. We have the same body size. I think that you would really love it. So then I buy it. But I'm not necessarily going to buy a dress because they're like, oh my God, look at this dress I saw online. I think you'd like it. Well, I'm like, well, it's just, I mean, it looks good in the picture. So why in this scenario would I try to sell a cotton sticker to anyone I know without me being able to say, yeah, but I've tried it and it works, which it doesn't work. Do you understand?
And more training, so you start to understand. But I gotta tell you guys, your top leaders were in tears knowing that there weren't gonna be all these things that were promised. They were saying, we'll be okay with it, but we can't go back to our people one more time. We've had so many things happen. They literally have PTSD.
I would bet money that not one of those leaders say, we'll be okay with it. Because I've seen leaders start to resign. I've seen leaders who are trying to remain positive and are clearly getting angry. So I would bet that this is a fabrication on reality.
These people have been beat up. They were more concerned about all of you, the little guy, than they were their own bonuses that they were promised.
Right, because the consultants at Perfectly Posh, and this is where the conundrum was with Posh. Yes, they knew that people ranking up or hitting a certain rank was going to get them a bonus, but there was a different feel about wanting other people to also make the money, make the sale, have good parties. It wasn't entirely fueled by the bonuses we would get. I remember when I had my downline have killer parties, I was genuinely excited for them because honestly, the amount of money I was going to make off of their parties was like not astronomical. Because I wasn't necessarily at a rank where it mattered. So like I was happy for them. So the Posh consultants are genuinely happy for their downline because, like I said, Posh tried to not be so multi-level marketing about it, and that's why they fell.
We didn't have the Posh checkbook. We still don't. Posh is Posh. So I think people need to understand this acquisition was not that we bought Posh. We wouldn't want to buy all that because that is not a good situation. We promised to purchase your products, spend millions of dollars, and create a website to help you get your info over before the whole thing went away. So this acquisition that we own Posh, if we own Posh, we would be in big trouble. We own Innov8tive Nutrition and the Posh list of people that were...
That's the same thing. Do you hear that? We don't own Posh. We bought the Posh product and the list of people. Ma'am, those two things are the same. They're the same picture.
Being the products to which are completely paid for, and they're going to be shipped.
How we run our events is very similar, looking down the itinerary and how you guys run your events. So Ken's been working like crazy behind the scenes to make deals and keep it at the same place. And we are going to, if you bought a ticket to go to Uncon, it's still going on. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be bigger and better than ever. The things we're going to be able to launch there, the things you'll be able to learn there, the thing, if you bring your team, getting into the comp plan, how we build, how to gather customers, it'll be very hands-on training on how to build the business. Yeah, there's going to be some motivation and those kind of things, but we want people to leave and go build a massive customer base and build a team and blow this thing up. And once you understand and you have that kind of vision of how it works, it's like me when you kind of shake your head and go, oh, I didn't understand that. Okay, now I got it. Now it's good. I think that's where a lot of people are. But the Uncon event, yes, it will still go on. And yes, you can still promote it. And everything that's going to happen there will be amazing. Perks, somebody said, can you be brutally honest? I'll be brutally honest. Yes, the perks are gone. That was years and years in the making. They were being accumulated, and that money was being spent at other places. It's the same as the event. All the money.
I don't really understand this. I don't fully understand what they mean by the money was being accumulated and then it's gone. And the only reason is because I don't have like the insider knowledge of how the finances and how perks exactly worked. But it was like, you know, like we have a grocery store here called Giant Eagle and we have perks. And for every, you know, $50 we spend, we get a perk. We get 1 or 10 perks. I don't remember. They recently changed it, so it's a little bit better. And then when you get X amount of perks, you can get $10 off of gas, or you can get, you know, $10 off of your grocery bill, whatever. Perfectly Posh had a similar structure. When you got 2,500 perks, you got $25 in product. When you got 5,000 perks, you know, $50 in products, and so on and so forth. And some people had a ton of perks. Okay, like I know that my upline had hundreds of thousands of perks, like easily. So she would like gift perks, but they expired. I lost a ton of perks because I was not selling as much and I was just completely not engaged. And I would be like, oh, I need more of my face wash, and I'd log in and my perks were gone. So they expired. So I don't fully understand what he means by the money was gone, because it would be my understanding that the perk is rolled into the price, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe the price didn't include, I don't know.
Paid to go to your event did not go towards the event. There's a bill at that hotel for close to $200,000 that we decided to pay so we could have an event, because they did not pay for your event. And they wasted all your money on your perk.
Oh, thank you so much, Mommy and Daddy Pitcock. Ugh, that sounds... I'm really uncomfortable with what I just said.
Yes, they are gone. And that sucks. But I don't know else how to say it. That had nothing to do with us. That was impossible to bring over because that was not a product.
I know 1,000 other ways that you could break that news to people that would not make them, I don't know, feel so crappy and not make you look like such a douche. And I've not even I've not even read, guys, it's late. I've not even read any, you know, leadership books. I just know how to do some things better than these people. At the very least, these people.
And it was gone. They mismanaged, as Ken said, a lot of things. But Ken, you may want to follow up on
something. But again, they're not being clear on what was mismanaged, how it was mismanaged. So they're claiming that they're pulling back the curtain, but they're just, all they're saying is, they did things terribly. Everything's gone. They did things bad. Don't ask us how. If you ask us how, we're going to say you're being negative.
The things with the event, it's definitely going, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so we have a team working right now on making sure that event is still ongoing at the hotel. We reached out to the hotel. We were honest with them, saying we wanted to go ahead and continue, but under the Innov8tive company. They were very thankful. We were able to hammer out a contract. So basically the same dates, same rates, nothing's changed. The programming will change a bit, but we'll still have our...
Hold on, we need to look at this comment here. So I must have missed it. But this person said comparing any... Sorry, long story short, when I edit this, it'll be right way up, but for some reason... it's this way, so I have to turn my head. So he said, comparing any of this to PTSD is completely wrong. No, it's not. When you have a bit, I don't want to call it a business, but when for at least 5 or so years, you have been making enough of an income, regardless of it's because of a downline, whatever. And I'm speaking with my former upline in mind. She was in a really she's like the story that we all had, right? Working in a toxic environment, hated our jobs, found this MLM, thought nothing was going to happen from it, and then things started to take off, and oh my God, I'm really good at it. Okay, she was doing great. She had a huge downline. I don't even know how big her downline was. But I remember when I joined, she told me that she makes the equivalent of my teacher's salary. And I was like, holy crap. But then I realized that it was because of her downline. Regardless, when all of a sudden that rug gets ripped out from under you, the stress that comes from that can turn into PTSD. The stress that comes from being shunned from your multi-level marketing community because you chose to leave can lead to PTSD. So any person who says that comparing this to PTSD is wrong, with all due respect, you are wrong. And you need to learn a little bit more about how multi-level marketing has caused serious post-traumatic stress disorder in many people.
Nothing's changed. The programming will change a bit, but we'll still have our leadership event. We really need to meld our two tribes together. There's going to be huge.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of him using the word tribe, okay, let me just pause for a moment. Okay, so this was shared in the Innovative Official Promoters Facebook group from Heidi L. Whitehair. Let's please be generous with our talents and learning. If you or your team is trying new things, share. Let's not keep it to just our teams, as we are a tribe. We all rise together, and you never know when you will need someone to learn what they are doing. Love, my tribe. No comments on the thing, because as music teachers, we have a whole motto of always steal other people's work because, it's teaching, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. She would love my tribe. Then somebody sent this message. Someone from my team made a comment in Innov8 about the casual white appropriation making her, a Cherokee, uncomfortable. I said someone claiming tribal affiliation is just going to tell you it's not offensive to them. Heidi herself DM'd her to tell her that her husband is Osage and it isn't offensive at all to anyone of the term tribe. Now, we see tribe going around all the time, especially in girl boss groups, and it has recently been brought up that calling anything a tribe that is not an actual tribe in any kind of Native American connotation is offensive. What the problem is with Heidi Whitehair, if her husband is in fact Osage, okay, I'm not going to sit here and wax poetic about whether or not he might be. Who cares? Is that she made the claim that it's not offensive to anyone anywhere. You can't make that claim. And it goes back to one of the stories that I told months ago in one of my videos, and I'm going to share it here because it's applicable, actually, that I had two students when I was first teaching high school. And I taught at a very high Black population school. It was an inner city, basically. And I was one of the few white people in the building, okay? And there were different neighborhoods around Pittsburgh, and I forget what the term was now that I said, but I had heard all the kids say it, and I was trying to control the classroom using a little bit of humor, using a little bit of their dialogue, their vernacular to reach them, and usually with me, that's what works. But I used a phrase that I heard those kids use. Now, it was not the N-word, it was not something like that, but I used a phrase that was very specific to a neighborhood, specific to that culture, specific to that group of Black students. And one student got really offended that I said it. And another student, who was also Black, did not get offended that I said it. And they started to get into a little bit of an argument about whether or not I'm allowed to say it. And so I stopped the conversation. I was like, to the students, let's just talk after class. I'm sorry that I offended you. It was not my intention. I appreciate you standing up for me, but let's move on. Let's talk. So we talked after class. We worked it out, did a little conflict resolution. But I realized in that moment that just because something is not offensive to the other person doesn't mean that gives me carte blanche to say it because this one Black person said I could. So for Heidi Whitehair to say, well, I'm married to a Native American and he says that it's okay and nobody that I know thinks the tribe is offensive, so you're wrong, does not give you permission to use it all the time. And to be clear, she was not using tribe in a Native American way to describe a Native American tribe. She was talking about a bunch of girl bosses, and that is the problem. So we see these people using tribe a lot, and it is frustrating as all get out. All right, let's keep going.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we have a team working right now on making sure that event is still ongoing at the hotel. We reached out to the hotel. We were honest with them, saying we wanted to go ahead and continue, but under the innovative. All I ask is people don't come and see. You don't know until you come and see what we're about, what our tribe's about. I think we are very, very similar. I think we will have a great time. Heidi, why do they need to come?
Well, a couple of questions just came up. We own you. Someone said, who? I thought you guys owned us. Yes, we own you. The four of us own Posh
But first of all, what a fun way to say, yes, we own you. Like, when you're a leader, there are just things that you don't say to your employees or your independent contractors. You don't say, we own you. Number two, Barb just said, we didn't buy Perfectly Posh. We didn't buy them out. We bought their product or whatever. So there's just like a lot of double speak going on.
The assets. We own Innov8tive, but we bought Posh assets. We didn't buy any of Posh's bills, okay? I mean, other than what we had to pay to help you guys continue.
We bought their assets. We didn't buy their bills, other than the ones we had to pay. What are you talking about? Did you buy out the company or not? And the answer is they did not, because they're under LaCour Enterprises. And it is very likely that Terry LaCour was just like, here's what you're doing. Here's what's happening. But none of it makes sense.
Let's see, there was a couple of questions I wanted to make.
Just take note here, please make a virtual option for Uncon. I don't know if they talk about it here, but they're not going to.
Is there room block still? Is there room block in the rooms they took care of still there?
Yep. All of that is still there, and the leadership event will go on just like Ken said. Let's see.
Will a virtual option be available for Uncon?
We're working on a hybrid option.
We're not sure if that's going to happen. That is super, super, super expensive. But we're working on that. So we're working on.
So I believe that I've heard that it will not be available, but maybe I have wrong information there. So don't take what I just said as
things behind the
Be
scenes.
there in person though.
Be there in person, and here's why I'm going to tell you guys to be there.
Be there in person. We've just completely uprooted your life, but you need to be there in person.
First off, there's nothing. I've never missed an event, even when I was a promoter for my first company for 18 years before I became an owner. Never missed an event. Big decisions happen at big events, and especially this one, you guys, you need to be there to meet us, to see us, to talk to us, to meld with our leaders. The minute we did a live with our team at Innov8tive, they were booking their flights. We're going to be there. We're going to be the welcoming committee. We can't wait to hug them. We cannot wait to share this incredible tribe with all of them. You guys that have been added to the Facebook page, and we're working on that. So stay patient, please. Do not beat up people and say, add me, add me, add me. We're doing the best we can. But the people that have been added so far are like, oh my gosh, we are blown away at the positivity. You guys will, I'm telling you, when you leave Uncon, you will be a changed person. I promise.
That's true, because you'll be joining a cult.
100%. We will be you will not leave there the same person as when you started and when you got there. You will meet our chief medical officer. You will hear from her. You will hear from
Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Janine Ridgway. We will get into her shortly. If not today, I have another video coming about her.
Obviously the four of us, all of our leaders, the leadership event, like Ken said, we're going to have a big all event party. So you can dress up, and we're going to have a good time together. There's just so many reasons to go, and really staying home and watching the virtual event, unless, you broke both your legs and can't walk. Actually, I broke my leg and still went to an event. So that may be not fair.
This is absolutely 100% inappropriate. In no business can any employer say to you, you have to come to this event, but you have to pay for it. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. In my school where I work, right now, because of COVID, they made graduation optional. They highly encouraged it, but they make it optional. Once things are completely loosened, it'll go back to being mandatory. But you know what they do? They pay us per mile that we drive. We get a per diem every day. Everything is paid for. The hotel has already been booked for us. We go and give our name. You give your credit card for accidentals, but the room is paid for. We don't have to do a thing except show up where we are told to show up. And if we went to a conference, another example is every year there's the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association. And when a school sends a teacher because this is an educational thing. It's filled with meetings and vendors and all sorts of different things that you go to learn to become a better teacher, right? And sometimes the sessions are like refreshers on things you learned in college, right? Or tips, whatever. I'm beside the point. The school will pay for you to go. The school will book your hotel room. The school will reimburse you for your mileage. And they send you to this conference. They expect you to learn something. They expect you to come back with information, but you don't pay out of pocket. So this, for them to say that you have to be there, and the only excuse is if you break a leg. Well, maybe I broke my leg and I made it once. That's not a flex, Heidi. That's not a flex. You are making people who are physically disabled or mentally disabled, whatever. Well, I don't mentally disabled, but like people who maybe their depression is just too much and they can't get out the door. So now they've got this guilt because you said there's absolutely no excuse. This is toxic leadership. When someone says to you that you absolutely have to make it to something and they're not paying for you to go, get out.
And we will work on the virtual side. We know that's important for a lot of people, especially with a company this size, and it costs a tremendous amount to do that, and the logistics of that. If you have 6 months to plan it, it's one.
We need you there because we need the money.
To have a matter of weeks, but we are certainly working on that. Just give us a little time.
And I see a lot of people placing blame, and you guys just coming completely transparent from my heart. I never met Ann. I don't know who Ann is. We don't have to trash Ann. Let's just have gratitude. She had a vision to start Posh, and she brought every single one of you an opportunity that we have today. Without her, none of us would be on this live. If Heidi and I and Dave and Ken hadn't lost everything, none of us would have ever had the heart to say, these poor thousands of people, let's find a platform as fast as we can, spend millions of dollars and try to save this. Like, we've all had our journey. I'm grateful for Ann. I don't know who she is or what she did. We can't blow anyone else's candle out to make ours burn brighter. I'm grateful for the...
I work 18-hour days, 7 days a week. It's just not possible to go to an event. To this woman, how do you even sell Posh to begin with? If that's what you're working, I'm really concerned. Or do you mean that's what you do for Posh? Because that's also realistic. But that's really, really just the state of America, isn't it?
That you guys have had at corporate, that we're still showing up every day trying to save this thing. All of us need to come from a center of gratitude, raising our vibration, or we will not win. We cannot build a billion-dollar company placing blame on anyone. And that's why it was so hard for us to share with you guys the truth. Negativity doesn't help anyone. It's nobody's fault. At the time, we've made mistakes in business before and learned a lot from them. You do the best that you can. You come out with a perk, you come out with low shipping, you come out with a trip, you come out with a necklace, you come out with, let's buy them all sunglasses. You're doing whatever you can do to motivate the field. And if the field doesn't grow, you can't pay. Sometimes they're taking a risk, doing the best they can at the time they made the decision. And I'm grateful for every person that we've met. Someone said, so when are you going to teach us about your products for when ours are all sold? What are we going to do? You guys, that is not the intention. We're excited about your products. Can we have 300 of them? Probably not. Do we need 300 of them?
Why not, though? Because you only sell patches. And I mean, your patches are allegedly only cotton with adhesive. So why not? Why can't you? And the answer is because, in my opinion, once the products are gone, they're not going to do anything to keep them going. And you're just going to be selling these snake oil patches.
Let's just do one step at a time and see what your best sellers are, the things you can't live without. We've already been discussing that. We already have POs out for products we haven't even run out of. Like, we're not trying to take anything away that we can provide that has helped you to get to where you are today. I will say we're a health and wellness company. If anything, let's improve. Let's make...
So Perfectly Posh Consultants, this should be, if not the 90th red flag, the biggest one. A health and wellness multi-level marketing company is one of the most problematic situations that you could possibly find yourself in. You were selling soap. It was soap. It was face masks. It was body wash. It was lip balms and shea butter sticks. It was not... You were selling soap, right? I know at some point Posh, like right at the end of my time with Posh, they dove into gummies, happy gummies, sleep gummies, but they really were not in any way trying to promote wellness, right? Like saying that you're going to get healthy because of these products. This is a completely different ball game. And with all due respect, again, I don't know any of you who are Perfectly Posh consultants, but even if you are nurses, doctors, if you're a doctor, I would hope that you'd be like, no, for sure, this is a scam. But none of you who were selling the soap likely have any kind of background, experience, knowledge to legitimately sell something like this. And this is the problem that we find with MLMs, is that it was, and that's why Posh was kind of perfect. It was easy for us to be like, yeah, I can sell soap. There's not a lot that needs to be known about soap. I can read the description and then tell people about it and then share my own experience. But when you're talking about health and wellness, there's so much more that goes into that. So that's why this is extremely, completely different playing game than what you, or completely different ball field than what you were playing.
What you had even better for you. And I don't think we'll ever make a decision with any intention that's not having the field best interest in mind, because that's how Heidi and I make money. If you guys have killer products, we're having parties and showing the plan and sharing with customers just like you are. We don't have a big salary like you guys might have seen in the past at corporate. We're in the field with you. And if you don't win, we're not going to win as a company.
Hey, Dave, why don't you share a little bit about the app? They're asking how to find how to learn about products. We have a video in the app, you guys. Dave, why don't you share about that?
So the app, you guys, is basically just a more fun, quicker version of your website. You all have your own personalized website you can log into. Everything you can do on your website, you basically do the exact same thing from your app. It's just a little easier.
I mean, that's what an app is. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a little bit oversensitive and snarky, but it really sounds like you're talking to them like they're idiots. We all know what an app is. Got it.
And the app is called Innov8tive Connect. And I actually have that link. Maybe later I could drop it in this comment. I don't know if that link has been sent out, but you can also search in your app store. Just search Innov8tive Connect. Innov8 Connect with the number 8. And you can download the app. It's going to make you go, you have to put in your number.
I love Susan right here. What's your salary? You brought it up, not me. JK. Were you JKings? I have a feeling you weren't.
Set up a deal and everything. But once you have your app, you guys, all the training videos we do are in your app. We have been working, Lachelle, our superwoman, has been working on creating graphics that actually collaborate all of our products together. And we're working on getting them in your app. There's so many social media posts, pictures, things you can send to customers, future promoters. We have a video. Somebody asked earlier, when can I learn about your products?
This comment, I want the story behind the 8. Did I miss that? Do you mean the 8 in like Innov8? That's just marketing. There's no story behind that. They were just like, oh my God, we can use the letter 8 in Innov8 and motivate.
If you download the app and scroll down, we have a 2-minute video on every product we have by our doctor. There's a patch video in there if you need to know more about, the body apps and what Innov8tive Nutrition is about. It's a little 4-minute video. It's a cartoon. It tells you exactly what we're about. But the app is also a place you can send samples. And in the future, maybe it's something we can work together with different packages or different things. I know you guys, I don't know if you sample a lot, but that could be something down the road. The app is just a good place to stay plugged in. When a call goes on, we have calls on, we have a lot of calls, a lot of trainings, a lot of stuff. But when you're on the app and you have your alerts set, you don't miss anything. You know what's going on. Big announcements come out, the next call, whatever it is, it's available. But the app,
it's just a pretty little indoctrination tool.
When you download the app and you go in the upper little left-hand corner, there's 3 little lines. When you click on that and click training, that's where we're going to really start adding some things. I'm grateful we don't have so much stuff in there right now to change. Now that this collab has started, now we can do the training as a collaborated people.
Collaborative. Collaborative. Hey, to the Perfectly Posh consultants that are watching this, if you've watched all of those trainings, how much did you get paid for your time to watch those trainings? Nothing, right? I just want you to think about that. And I know that there were trainings in Posh as well that you likely watched for free. I just want you to think about that the time that you're spending, start logging up the hours that you have spent trying to figure out this compensation plan, watching these new trainings, and how much have you made in sales?
So I'm excited about that.
So in the app, you guys, everyone, last night I was doing a lot of tutorials about party links. So in the app, when you go down to the bottom of your app, and Heidi, you can pull it up and share it, or I can't. When you click see all, it will bring up more than just so here it says, meet the patch. And if you go over here and you click see all,
I got it
brings
here.
up, okay, it brings up every video. Now, Heidi, scroll down to the bottom. And when you scroll down to the bottom, my favorite link is the sign up link. Become my customer or my promoter. So what? Open the door. Okay, see where it says new customer or new promoter. Okay, so your new customer creates an account.
Okay, I realize that not everybody works in the way that I do. Okay. I want to preface that because I don't want this to come across as like me being super judgmental on these people, even though I'm kind of being a little bit. If you're the leader of any company and you are tasked with this type of onboarding, there's a lot more preparation that should be going into something like this. And you can say like, oh, it was last minute, they didn't have the time. I get it. But the way I work is if it's last minute and I need to show people how to do something, I am spending every moment I can coming up with a way to show people that doesn't involve holding my phone up to the screen like that. That is not going to help anyone learn. And then you're going to get mad when people say, well, I don't understand what you were talking about, because people don't learn. A huge amount of people do not learn that way. And you're going to get mad and say, did you watch the training? Did you watch our live in Posh Bosses? Yes, they did. But you were unprepared. You are trying to walk people through an app without, simply sharing your screen and showing them a version that is it would be easy for you to cast your phone to a screen, then share your screen. And so you can show everybody what they should be seeing. But no, and I try to be non-judgmental about it because maybe they don't know how to do that. But you're the CEOs of a company. If it was a real company, you would have people that can do that for you. It would be called your tech department.
You have someone that wants to host a party, and I have a Facebook party page almost every month. Memorial party, 4th of July party, summer party, Black Friday, Christmas party. We do the same thing you guys did. We just have our customer link as the party link. Now, that customer can get orders through Messenger. She can have a texting party. It can be in your Facebook group. It can be when you go live. You can send it in email. All of those orders are your party under your hostess, who is the customer that has their own referral ID. Yesterday, I also posted a video how you can go in and change the link.
She really just made a very complicated way of explaining that. It's the same as having a party in Posh. The way that Posh worked was every month you went in, if you had parties booked, you created a party link. Like you created a party. And so when you went into your dashboard, you could see all of your parties and how many orders were placed and yada, yada, whatever, the perks that were earned. And they had their own unique link. And you sent it out. So all she said is you're sending the customer ID. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. But she's not understanding it. Because maybe she doesn't know Posh at all. But she clearly doesn't understand what the party links used to look like, or what the party dashboard looks like. So she's overcomplicating it because nobody that knows what they're doing is talking to anyone.
To be like Shailene's party, or, you know, Heidi's hobo dinner, or, you know, whatever you're going to have, Barb's beach bash, or, I mean, you can make it whatever you want.
They know.
But when you
they
have
know
that
they can.
party, that's the link, the customer link. Guess what's also exciting? Every Friday you're getting paid on those orders for the party. You don't have to have a set date that you, quote, close it. And every day that your hostess is getting more orders, she's racking up more credits that are going to be in her back office.
You know, the thing about online parties is that I did learn is you have to have a deadline. You have to have an end date. Hostesses do not want to have this open-ended, you know, how long do I have to order? Oh, you can order for forever. Then people are gonna be like, okay, I'll think about it later, much later. And then you as the host have to constantly stay after them to be like, hey, are they gonna follow up? Are you gonna do it? Because then you'll forget. When you have an end date of the party and you close the party, like, listen, I'm not advocating for MLMs, but I am saying that this is not a successful alternative to what the Posh consultants were used to. So this is not, and that also does not create an environment for sales. Because when you have people at a party who do want to buy from the host or from the party to help the host because they, you know, whether it's happily or begrudgingly, they're going to buy if they want to help. And knowing they have a deadline to meet, like it has to happen on this day, almost guarantees that they're going to buy something. If you just have it open-ended, your party's going to suck.
So I would say set the date to close on the 15th of the following month, because when you're ready to close her party, she can also buy more products to, you know, maybe you said, if you get to $1,000, I'm going to give you a free CBD patch. And I saw somebody posted, is there a pain patch? In health and wellness,
Okay, so she literally just talked about basically rank buying, but as a host, right? So you're not a consultant, but you're rank buying. So if it's right before the 15th, which I guess is their close of bonuses or whatever, you can say, oh, but then that gives you the chance to buy more product. If I'm hosting a party, it's to get free product, not to buy more. But we did that a lot in Posh. That is one of the things that I noticed was I would always say, you know, if you have stuff you would definitely have on your wish list, that will count towards your order. So that'll count towards your party. So if you contribute $50 of product to your party, that'll get you to that 200 mark. And then you get, okay.
Make claims, we cannot call it a pain patch. But if that is your symptom, use the CBD. And when you get to Uncon, you're going to see people cross that stage that weren't even able to walk to their mailbox. We stood and cried.
Like she is making such a health claim right there. So I want you to just be aware, okay? You can't, she's not outright saying it. She's insinuating it. That because of this CBD patch, people are walking across the stage that could not walk before. There is absolutely no scientific evidence that that patch caused them to do that, because we do not know any of the other variables that went into that person's treatment. like zero. So you can't make these statements in the health and wellness industry.
Listening to the lives that were changed. And I know you guys can't believe this because it's a little sticker. Go ahead, Heidi.
No, it works when you're done.
So when you close your parties, I always try to do it on the 15th, because that hostess already had some credit from the month before. Like if I started on 15th and went to the 15th, everything those first 2 weeks. Now, when we say, let's close your party, and maybe you promised her something free from yourself, if she got to 1,000 or 1,500, or, I mean, we're business owners. If you're making 30%, and she's getting every third order the average of free, it's going to be a big party. And quite honestly, you guys, I'm heartbroken that you lost your perks that you worked hard for, and they were owed to you. I couldn't sleep the last 2 nights. I didn't know how to tell you that when I realized that was the case. I'm sorry, but here is what I will. We didn't know, but what we know here is that you will make more. Your hostess will earn more, and your volume will be higher. And instead of saying, I'm going to lose all my customers because the shipping is $6 more. What if you could change their life? What if they were like one of my retailers that doesn't even like MLM? She only likes to sell to customers. She's down 60 pounds. And what did they make, Heidi? 100 and some thousand in.
Just, I hope that you guys are seeing through it. Okay. She's just making these blatant statements with absolutely no proof, no backing, like these infomercials that tell you that something's going to happen when clearly it's not. She's saying an MLM hater that just wanted to sell products. So she was an MLM rep, though that makes no sense. She's saying that she's down 60 pounds from a little cotton patch. Ma'am, this did not happen. And if she did lose 60 pounds, it was not because of your patch. It wasn't. You can't tell me one way or the other.
Months. So you've got to have some vision here, you guys. We've got to think forward thinking, bigger than anything you've ever experienced. We're all trying to hang on to what we had, scared. It's fear that creates the hanger. It's fear that we're going to lose something. And I'm going to ask you to just try to embrace something that's going to be a lot bigger than anything you had before. A lot bigger.
Couple questions that popped up. Our CBD has...
Real quick. Manipulative MLMs will tell you that what they have to offer you is a lot bigger than anything you've ever seen. It's smoke and mirrors. It's snake oil. It's not real. It's not real. And they can say it because the more people they get to buy into the dream, the idea, then their money is realistic, but yours is not.
Or THC guaranteed, made in the US, so just FYI. The app, your login is your username and the password you set up for your back office, same because it connects the two. We also have a resource center called My Innov8tive, Innov8tive. That is for you. I have to figure out how to do this. We have a whole social media team behind us, you guys, that creates all of our beautiful professional graphics. We want to be professionally branded. So if you have ideas of anything that you want, they create templates, party templates, all of that we're working on. We're working on a party kit. But right now, if you go in here and you just click on social media, it will come up with tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of things that you can use. And our entire team, I had an hour-long call with them like a week ago. Time is like crazy right now, but like a week ago, they're redoing everything, cautious-size it, for lack of a better word, so that we can bring these two brands beautifully together. So stay tuned. There's so many amazing things that are going to be happening moving forward. But you guys, we have done videos. There's videos in the app. You can watch Dr. Janine do a video on every single patch, so you can get to know that. If you don't want to sell the innovative patches, don't.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. There's no box. Somebody said, I don't know if I can get behind a company that sells weight loss. I'm not sure about that. The whole world, wants weight loss, but you...
Heidi, you do not speak for the whole world. Like, are you serious? I'm not sure about that. Everybody wants weight loss. Does everybody? Ma'am, you are the epitome of toxic diet culture. You should really get together with Autumn Calabrese. I feel like you guys would just out-toxic each other.
You have to sell weight loss. That's up to you. You have the choice to do what is right for your family. But here's the thing, you guys. We're all different. We're all the same in a lot of ways. We all want to take care of our families. We all want to be healthy physically and financially.
Listen, guys, we're all different. We're all the same. We all have hair. Some of us are bald. We all have teeth. Some of them are dentures. I'm so sorry that this has happened to you.
That's universal. And you know what? We all need each other. People are, natural born networkers. They naturally want to be around each other. This last couple of years with the shutdown has been hard on a lot of people. And I 100% understand the fear. I 100% understand holding on to something so tight because you're afraid of letting it go. But like Barb said, what if, and I want you to think about this, what if you let go of this to get something much, much, much better? So many of you have reached out to me and said, I knew something was wrong. I've been waiting for you. Thank you for what you've done. Now I feel...
I have been waiting for you. I don't understand. I don't understand the world that we live in, you guys. Oh my God.
Feel like I can grow. I haven't been building my business. Now I want to build my business. I'm so excited.
Nobody said that to you. Who was like, okay, listen, because I stopped caring about selling soap, but who was like, oh, I don't want to build my business. I don't want to sell soap. What? Patches? I want to start a business now where I sell patches that'll make me lose 60 pounds. Nobody. That didn't happen.
About meeting you at Uncon, just message after message after message. So take a deep breath, let go of the fear. You never know, it might just be bigger than you ever thought possible.
Someone is...
It's just like things that they say to get, again, they're selling the dream. It might be bigger than anything you ever thought possible. Fine print at the bottom. Individual results may vary.
Someone is commenting saying, I don't know if I can do the 500 a month. I'm just a little, I sell a little bit. There's no requirement of 500 a month. There's no requirement at all. And
again, because that's not a thing.
They were probably seeing something when we used to tell people, set your goal to get to 500 in sales, but you don't have to do that. The other thing, you guys, I would say,
there's a quick question. Will you have a place to click so a customer can toggle between the two websites? Yes, it's all.
But I mean, here's the thing. I don't see anything about 500 a month unless you're a double platinum elite, which maybe that's the equivalent. But there is a minimum PV volume once you get to promoter silver. And that involves having a downline. Now that is $100 a month. I don't know where she's necessarily getting $500 a month from looking at this, but yeah, I'm not sure because again, these things are so confusing, but there is a minimum in order to get, like what they're trying to sell you on is that you can be up to promoter 3, okay? And you don't have to have a team. But in order to make the money that they're going to wave in your face, then you have to have a team. You have to recruit.
One, you guys, you just go to shop and it will say innovative and Posh, and it's pink and orange. Super.
It took days for this to happen. Days. Some people had it, some people don't have it. It's like that little eye on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, there's some people that have this little eye at the top of their profile that lets them see who's viewed their profile, who has gone to their profile to view it. Some people have it, some people don't. Here's what I don't understand about the TikTok eye. Who cares? Who cares? You know who cares about who has been to their profile? People who are obsessed with being watched. People are obsessed with knowing if somebody is looking at their content because they're putting something out that is specifically for them, but they don't want them to know it's about them. Okay, sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
Like easy to navigate, user friendly, all of that. So yeah.
Another question, Heidi, is when we share the link from the app where the videos are, does that link automatically put that under my party and my people?
automatically.
That's the cool thing about the app and sharing. If you share videos, products, anything from the app and a person clicks to look at them, they're actually tied to you for life. They can't get away from you now.
For life?
When they try to go to order,
For life, I am.
it's automatically going to go to you. And you know what else I love about it? When you share the video, it tells you if they watched it. When you go to your follow-up, it tells you who's hot, who's...
Oh, that's cringy though. I mean, I guess that's probably a good business thing, but it's like, hey, like, you know, there's going to be people, promoters who are like, hey, I saw you just watched my video. And the person be like, I literally just finished. I just finished watching it. So on a business standpoint, that's probably good. For like legitimate businesses to know like, hey, this person watched the full video, so let's reach out. I can see that. But in this format, people are going to be like on top of you so fast.
Because it tells you how many times they went. And I've had people that I shared.
Can I get that? Can I get that technology? Because I need that at my school. I need to know how many times my students have watched a video and for how long. I need that. So maybe, hey, Pitcocks, if you could like call me up and let me know what you got going on in that app there, that'd be great.
Maybe the sleep patch. Heidi, my number two girl. I shared the sleep patch. I sent her the video. She didn't even try it for a year. Last year, May 31st, she tried the sleep and she slept. She said, I'm not selling it. I had a bad experience in my past.
She didn't even try it. She didn't even so then later, way later, she put on this patch and she slept. So are you insinuating that for 6 months this woman did not sleep, but then she put this patch on and she was like, "Ow!" Like, come on. This is ridiculous. Oh my God.
I'm not selling it. You guys, they do over 100,000 a month in volume. The sleep patch got her started.
$100,000 a month in volume. That, if that is the case. Now, she's not saying if that is personal volume or if she's combining team volume, because if she's a promoter elite, double platinum elite, then yes, but that would be the total team volume. That's not their own personal volume. And that's what they're specifically leaving out. They are specifically leaving out that detail. You yourself cannot sell $100,000 consecutively every month of cotton patches.
That she watched it. I called her back and said, if you want to promote these in your Facebook party, she has an online boutique, promote it. You'll make 30%. She did. Then she got on the challenge to get fit and lose a little. She's down 60 pounds in her first 5 months. Then
she just wanted to get fit and lose a little. She's down 60 pounds in her first 5 months. 5 months? If you lose 60 pounds in 5 months, then maybe something is in those patches, but it's going to be like cocaine or heroin or I don't know, something. Meth? Something.
She shared a little bit more, and today they're one of the top money earners. They didn't want to go build a team. They're a Facebook party person. And you guys are in the greatest environment for any way that you want to build.
See how she makes that sound? They didn't want to go build a team. They're a Facebook party person. So she makes it sound like they don't have a team. They have a team. They have a team. They cannot be presidential platinum elite, triple platinum elite, whatever, without at least 12 people under them. They cannot. You cannot budge above promoter 3 unless you have a team.
We're not going to tell you how to build your business. You know what else you guys are going to love? You girls, guys, whatever you are, men, women. Here's what I would say. We don't care where the volume comes from. You're going to get paid. Some of the girls at that...
it can be laundered money. It can be counterfeit. We don't care.
That we had just to get to know them and say, hey, here's the truth. We want to help you. How do we take this to the Posh team? And many of you that are top leaders could not make it. I know we had like 2 days notice to get you there and you had just gotten home from Hawaii and it was a lot. But do you know what? They were all saying, well, we have to have 2 legs and we've been trying to get 2 legs that have 2 people. We don't have legs. We don't have...
I need to confirm that that's the case. I don't know that the Posh compensation plan ever had 2 legs. I mean, not when I was in. Definitely not when I was in. Let me see. This was from 2020. So let's just assume, yeah, I don't see legs at all. Oh, I can't get in there. Posh launches new compensation plan. No, that's... Oh, perfectly Posh compensation plan reviews. That's not what I'm looking for. When was this? So this looks old. Of course, and you notice that these things don't have dates. Oh, this is 2017. Okay, whatever. But there's no legs, so I don't know what she's talking about.
Structure. You sell it, we pay you.
Somebody just asked, can I shop from the app? I want to show you guys something. When you open your app and you click on the 3 little circles up in the top, it's going to pull that screen up and you're going to click on Office. And when you click on Office, it's going to allow you to open up that side like you were on your laptop. So someone had asked, can I access an order? Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yes, Pat Sheehan, by the way, has been a rock star. Thank you, Pat, for everything you've done to help us be the face of the field, to help us get everything out. A couple people asked, well, if someone is a customer of both Innovative Person and a Posh Person, they get to choose. Customers have the right to go over wherever they want to go, but your team came over as your team. So,
and that sucks. That does suck. But I can't believe that they have customers who buy these patches. I mean, I do.
And we don't allow in Innovative customers to just buy from our website. They have to have a promoter or a consultant to buy from. But
you might be a cult if you can't just buy from the website. You have to have a promoter.
To chat for a minute, they brought up talking about the app. So we brought all of you over. Typically, to sign up in Innovative is $49.95, and everything after that is free. Our app is free. The replicated website is free. Your back office is free. Everything is free to you. All our social media graphics, everything that we create, all the training is free. That was given to you for nothing this year, so you will not be charged until a year from now. Okay.
And that is why I was technically an Innovative promoter. Because when I tried to leave Posh last summer, I forgot that my credit card was still in there. So they automatically charged me for the next year, the $49.95. So I said, what do? I want to leave. And they're like, oh, just take your card out, and in a year, you'll be done when we can't charge you. I was like, fine. So all year, I was still technically a consultant. They bought them over, so I had an Innovative account, and that's why they terminated me, because they found these videos.
In that, there's about a $19.95, if I'm not mistaken, am I mistaken on the app price, that we pay for. So not only did you guys not get charged the $49.95 to come over, we're paying $19.95 for all of you to get this app and be able to utilize it. The app is amazing, but that is free to you. So just FYI, we're pulling out all the stops to make this as easy as we possibly can for you to be able to just bring your Posh business over and just don't miss a beat.
Yes, you can order
A lot of people have been missing a lot of beads.
samples and ship them from your app. They're way below cost. CBD is an amazing thing to sample. Sleep is
Isn't
absolutely
that cute? You can just pay for samples from your app. Way below cost. Way below cost, I bet. But you can just buy samples and send them to people. This is where we talk about sunk costs.
my favorite product until the recent balance. But we put a few in there that you get immediate response. I'm sure there will be more Posh added to there. Yes, we want it to be equally as exciting for you that just love Posh, but it's going to take a little bit of time. The questions about plans for new products going forward, how is that going to work? You guys, we have an amazing team. You're going to be very impressed with the product launches and the things that we do. We know what your culture is like, and we're trying to meld the two together. One thing you will love about our culture is that there is nothing.
What? Hold on.
How is that going to work? Yes, we want it to be equally as exciting for you that just love Posh, but it's going to take a little bit of time. The questions about plans for new products going forward, how is that going to work?
Okay. The question was, the person is asking about new products. She's asking about products. And somehow, Barb is now talking about culture.
We have an amazing team. You're
Great. Cool. What about the products?
going to be very impressed with the
I don't care. I want to know about the products.
product launches and the things that we do. We know what your culture is like, and we're
Who's talking about culture? I didn't ask about culture. I asked about new products.
and to meld the two together. One thing you will love about our culture is that,
again, I don't want to know about your culture. I asked about products.
there is nothing but love and no drama. And I
This is all very dramatic, and you're still not answering my question about products.
think that you guys are going to feel an incredible energy. No gossip, no backstabbing, no backbiting, no competition of who gets this or that.
I love this question. How do we resign if that's the choice best for us or a teammate? Get out.
No egos. It just doesn't survive in the innovative culture. And I think it's going to be incredibly healthy for everyone.
Great. So thank you for not answering my question about future products, and you just completely went into left field about culture. You really should run for politics. No, actually, please don't. We have everything sucks. Do not run for office.
I know one comment that has come up over and over. Do we know when customers will be able to see the products and be able to order them?
They see it right now.
False. They could not see it right now.
Do.
See it right now.
Okay.
Are you sure on that?
I know there was an issue yesterday. I'm not sure I just wasn't sure yet.
Yeah, my customers can see it. So if your customers,
They have said throughout this entire live thus far, frequently, like how you just said, my customers can see it. We are out there in the field with you. We know, we understand if you're not winning, we're not winning. I forget what this is called. Somebody leave it in the comments what this is called. But it would appear that they are not only the CEOs, but they are also selling. And so the money that they're making, they're getting a salary plus they are selling and they're promoters. And that is a major conflict of interest.
be able to see it too if they create a profile or go into shop. If you go into shop, they're all right there for you to be able to order. So if that's not happening, maybe I'll have Ken check it. And then if that's not happening, we need to call our IT people. With Posh, I was able to have a small space in a boutique in my town.
Yes.
Am I still be able to do that? Yes. Vendor shows? Yes. All of that is absolutely yes. Let's see, patches for everyone. Patches are for everyone. I mean, our husbands wouldn't go a day without them.
Grandbabies, little babies wearing them.
No, Barb. You can't say that. You can't say that there are babies wearing them because your own fine print says that the product is not for sale to anyone under the age of 18. And I want to be clear because you're going to use this like, oh, well, not for sale, but you can use them. Like we can buy Mucinex, but you have to be over 18. Here's the thing. There are also things that you can't buy until you're a certain age because you're not supposed to have it. Cigarettes, alcohol, other medicines. Like there are things that you just can't buy until you're over 18. So why is that in your disclaimer? And why are you putting these patches that you don't have a C of A, which I learned today, is a certificate of authenticity or, I have to look again. But you don't have that for your patches. So we don't know what's in anything. And you're putting it on babies? I bet you're pro-life.
Yeah, my grandson's, son, the one's only like 12 hours old, so give him a minute. We talked about, so if you're asking about shipping, you need to go back and watch this whole live. We talked about that a lot in the very beginning. Yes, we totally appreciate Pat. And
As of late, shipping, hold on, is not going well. Shipping, so apparently from what I can understand, Posh wasn't paying the supplier, the shipping company, whatever, for the shipping. How many times am I going to say shipping? So they weren't sending things out. So now shipping's like really expensive. A comment in a Facebook group says, this has probably been addressed, but is shipping really $20 now? And the upline said, first of all, I don't disagree with any of you, but Heidi has said that they're working on ways to make shipping costs better for our products. $20? That's not better. Just set up my e-wallet. Will we be charged $1.50 every month? Oh yeah, so an additional, so there's just, the shipping situation is bad. People are spending way too much money on shipping.
is moving forward with us for 100% sure. Please address
And
the question.
Jerem has been so helpful.
Yes. Yeah, I would talk to Jerem actually right before my grandson was born last night. He's like, sorry to bother you, but you guys were important and we needed to get that stuff done.
This is not a flex. So because of this acquisition, purchasing, whatever we're calling it, Heidi's daughter, son, whoever, you know, somebody was having a baby. So she had a grandson that was born the night before this happened. And she's like, but I took that call because you guys are important. That's not a flex. No, if you are helping deliver the baby, no, that's where you should be. You should not have to be doing that. But multi-level marketing praises this type of mentality.
Poor Dave. If you are a promoter with Innov8tive and with Posh, you're going to have to choose one. You cannot have two accounts. So I would say if you have a down.
I can't believe that there was anybody. I mean, truthfully, if you were one of these people, please put it in the comments. Let me know who you are. I cannot believe there's anybody who sold both of these things. I can't believe there was any crossover at all.
This is just my suggestion, but you can do what you want. If you have a downline with one, because most people are building one and maybe a customer of the other one, then you need to resign, send into Innov8tive, support at Innov8tive.com which account you want to resign, because you cannot have two accounts. Okay, that's one thing that we need. Is there a link to sign up for Uncon? Ken's going to get that out today, right? Is that out today?
Well, actually, the hotel is going to have a reservation block on Monday, hopefully.
And what about the PV they had from June 1st until the website went down? It's my understanding, we didn't collect any of that money, you guys. Part of the reason why we weren't on here telling you the truth, you guys were still business as usual until we knew it was going to be gone. We didn't know when, but Posh is paying you for what you did up until the 10th. We are paying you from what you're doing from the day we started the website till the end of the month. We have weekly pay. Whatever you do today until Sunday night at midnight will be automatically in your wallet next Friday.
For retail.
So that's a really roundabout way of saying Posh is paying you for the days, you know, what was this, May? When did this happen? June 1st to June 10th. Okay. Posh is paying you for that. But you just said that you bought all of Posh, but you did not buy their bills. Does that count as bills? Sounds to me like you were saying anything you had from June 1st to June 10th, you're not getting paid for it. Now, Posh did have immediate pay, like same day. If someone placed an order within minutes, I had an email saying that I got paid right away. So maybe that's not that big of a deal, but that's an interesting way of saying your PV no longer counts.
Wholesale, yes. Not your down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, for retail and wholesale. At the end of the month, all of your downline commissions, that 5% gets paid on the following month on the 15th. I do love that you guys got paid daily. We don't have that. We discussed that in our meeting. We're looking at it. It would be really exciting, and Heidi and I both agreed. We're looking at the pros and cons of it. We want to do what we can do. I also love that you guys had a little shipping thing that went all over the world. And just be patient with us. We don't have your old website. I mean, our partner said even his number one company, he would never spend that kind of money on a back office. We would be broke.
Crazy, $250,000.
Crazy money.
You guys, it's totally crazy. Yes, your customers can buy both products. Yes, you can sell both products, but you can only have one account. You cannot have an account as a Posh, because we're all one company now, right? So Innov8tive, you're an Innov8tive.
This comment here, because they're not addressing it, and they did, but in a roundabout way to confuse you. But will the whole month of June count towards totals for rank? No, it's not going to. You have to start over in the middle of the month. And that sucks.
Posh, empowered by Innov8tive, promoter / consultant. So you're going to have one website, one account, but you can sell both lines. Totally up to you what you choose to do. Let's see.
We do have Canada. Canada is open. We will ship everything there except for CBD.
And Ken, they're asking that do they have to rebook their hotel rooms at the hotel?
Nope, we are transferring all the...
Oh, I can't wait to find out what happens when people get there, because I have this feeling that people are going to get there and their rooms will not be booked. I just, I have that gut feeling. I can't wait. It should be soon, because this happened like June 11th-ish. So like, no, this live happened June 12th, 13th, whatever. I don't know, but it'll be soon. This is coming up.
rooms over to the Innov8tive contract.
We're the definition of champagne taste on a fair budget.
Mandy Howard says, but it needs to come over or we won't be able to hit our highest rank by the end of the month. You guys, Pat was looking at that. We've got that covered. We just aren't paying for the first 10 days. Your
Yes.
volume, though, we know, we understand, we're leaders. You're not going to be.
We grant.
So do you hear what they said again? We're leaders. Okay, so they're saying that they're grandfathering in the amount, but they're not paying for it. It's just there's so many levels of what this means. But do you hear them saying again, we're leaders, we get it, which leads me to believe that they also have a downline.
We grandfathered you all. Thank you for saying this, Barb, because there's one other thing. We grandfathered you all into the level that you guys came over from. Now, what we did was we took Posh's pay plan, your levels, and Innov8tive's, and we matched them. There's some that need to be fixed. I fixed probably 60 of them yesterday. So if your level is not where you think it needs to be, you need to tell me so that you are paid correctly. So you need to send it to Posh. Will someone put this in the comments? pposhinfo@gmail.com. And
Oh, that's how I know you're not a real company. Listen, okay. Everybody honestly, it's either Microsoft Outlook or Google, but I feel like every major company pretty much uses Google as well, again, I don't really actually know. But what I do know is that my work email is through Google, but it's not my name at gmail.com. It is my name at the abbreviation of my school.org. Or is it .com? I don't remember. It just populates. If you're a real business, your email address, your tech team would be yeah, I can make an email account for this real easy. So it would say pposhinfo@innov8tive.com. But it's just a Gmail. And the really funny part is that I couldn't get into the back office because I realized I was oh my gosh, I have a back office. I'm a promoter. And I couldn't so I sent an email. I was hey, can I reset my account? And she is the one who emailed me back, Heidi Whitehair. And the password was 123456.
I will fix your level so that you are locked in for 12 months at the level you need.
I don't know any CEO that would be doing any of this. Are you?
We want to get this right. Okay, you guys, really important.
pposhinfo@gmail.com.
Okay.
And someone, I saw the comments several times who was all coming over from the Posh office, still working on all that, seeing what's going on. Obviously, Pat and Jeremy have been absolutely amazing. Everybody, honestly, has been pretty amazing. The shock has been a bit much for some of them, but, for us, it's about attitude and positivity and who wants to work as a team and move together. And just don't want any bad apples in the apple cart.
Don't let any bad apples in the apple cart. Those bad apples would be the people who are asking the questions that you don't want to answer.
Good put it. So if people want to come over, we're working on it, and that's kind of a day by day and seeing.
That's not how you treat people when they're coming in, right? Let me see. Let's take this in a foster child situation, right? And this is actually probably what does happen in reality. But let's say you've got a set of siblings, okay? So let's say there's 4 siblings that are moving from one home to another. And 3 of those 4 siblings are, they stay positive about it, but the 4th sibling is just really fed up and is not happy about having to move again. And so he asks a lot of questions to be to make sure that his family's taken care of, right? Maybe he's well, where will we sleep? Where will we get this? Blah, 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 blah. And the foster parents are well, that's a lot of negativity and we don't like any bad apples and you're going to ruin this for everybody else. No, that kid has just experienced a lot of different things and they have questions. That doesn't mean that they're a bad apple. What the foster family would do if they were good foster parents would say, all right, ask all your questions. I know this is really difficult. So let's answer all of them to the best of our ability. I want to make you feel welcome. I want to make you feel comfortable. You don't say, you're a bad apple, so we don't let you in here.
What's happening and what we do.
You got to think, you guys, the size of the company, obviously there were some people right away, that weren't a part of it because there wasn't even money to pay them. And that's the sad thing. People were like, they have families, they have children. And our partner at LaCour said, we own 17 companies. We got places for a lot of people, but financially, Innovative Nutrition, you can't spend more than you're bringing in as a whole company on the corporate salary. We have to do what's best for all of you.
It's irresponsible to the field. I'm just going to be brutally honest. We, as a corporate team, the four of us, we talk about every decision we make. And if all of us don't agree on it, we talk it out till we do, because it's irresponsible for us as your CEOs and COOs to do anything that's not the best thing for you as a field. Without the promoters, consultants, we are nothing. So if this does not behoove you, if it's not a benefit to you, we are absolutely 100% not going to do it. So just, that is our promise to you, Dave and Barb. Ken, agree?
Yep.
Agree 100%. People, and I think a live very soon will be how to share your link and gather your customers. That's been one of the number one things in the comment. Guys, when you got your website and you scroll down and log in, you have a referrer code. Your referral code or your referrer code is who you are. And it probably started...
Your referrer code or your referral code, whichever is easier for you to say.
I think they came over from Posh with whatever yours was. But you can log in, you can see your referrer code. Somebody just asked, and I've seen it several times, how do I share my website or my stuff with a customer? As your referrer code, if mine is Dave Pitcock, I am davepitcock.innovative.com. If I share that with somebody, they can choose to be a promoter, customer, place orders, and everything. It's that simple.
They're hooked to you. And my suggestion on referrer codes, and by the way, in the myinnovative.com, there's a new promoter tab. It will show you how to reset your referrer code. But my suggestion is, like, I never put white hair on anything I do like that because my own mother misspelled it. So when I got married to Ken 30 years ago. So it is heidi.innovative.com, and people still misspell Heidi. But I'm telling you, it's simple, short, and easy to spell, so people don't mess it up because you don't want them going to somebody else's website. And then you literally copy and paste. We also have a share cart option. Super easy. You just put it in their cart and you push share cart, and you can text it, you can email it, or you can copy the link into a messenger message, and you just send the cart directly to them, which connects them to you.
Yep. And what's nice is you can do it from your website or the app. We've really tried to streamline it, and we're getting better. And now with all you coming over and the new collab and the product, guys, our brains are going 1,000 miles an hour on what we can do with the app. You've already seen the pictures of putting the products together. I think it's going to be amazing. I know people in Innovative Nutrition are so excited.
Look, it's a picture of a can and a Coke together.
I've talked to so many Posh folks who are like, these products are amazing. How fun to add nutrition. It's giving people...
How fun to add nutrition. Guys, nutrition is something you digest. It is something you eat, and it goes through your digestive system. These patches are not nutrition.
Stuff to use in their life. And I think if we kind of cross the lines that way, this collaboration can be amazing. There's some big collaborations out there that happened that if one company would have stayed doing what they were doing, it wouldn't have worked. But when people collab, it doesn't double. A lot of times it 10 times because it was such a synergy. And we're looking for that synergy.
One other thing, Heidi, people are asking with that customer link, is it an active link before they place an order? Because in Innovative, they have to place an order before it's active. How do we address that? Because I know they're used to just creating a link for the party.
Well, they can create a link, what we'll do is it'll become a user. It'll be a gray badge, and that just means user until an actual order is placed in that refer link, and then it will.
At this point, I wanted to stop recording for a while, so let's just see what happens.
If you are, it's because everything wasn't over yet.
On with that because it literally do not use perfectlyposh.com. You are now innovative.com. Create your refer code. It could be Patty Posh. Like, I don't care what your refer code is, but it's now .innovative.com. Your website is literally gone as you guys know it. And you need to all get to one. So we'll.
If they log in on the Innovative site, they're saying they don't see any of their products, but I see them.
There may be a tab that says Innovative Products, and then there's going to be a tab, I believe, that says Posh Products. They're all not going to be in the one catalog. I do believe you'll have to toggle back and forth between those two
But
catalogs.
it's one website.
But it's obviously in that website. And we'll also address
Obviously.
the customer issue. We'll double check that your customers can see the products. We'll verify all that here today too. That was a big
And
deal.
some are saying they can see it and some aren't. If your downline is on here and you're the upline
That's why I
leader,
think look for the tab that
Maybe
might
try to help.
say,
Ugh.
I think it says, I know on my app it says Innovative Products.
This comment just said, so we can't use our old catalogs. Guys, I had so many catalogs. I don't know why I thought I needed them. Because we would be told, like, leave one on the teacher's lounge, on the table in the teacher's lounge. Leave one at the doctor's office. People can just, like, see it and, like, skim through. These people probably had so many catalogs that now are just, kindling.
Order them, and I got to go back and open the Posh, and we're going to fix that. It's all going to be one right now, but for the next couple of weeks, we just had to do what we had to do to get them all together.
They may
Yes, sir.
have a old cache, so they may have to,
oh yeah.
True.
I bet
True.
some of you that aren't
Refresh,
seeing it,
reload.
your history is taking you back to the last website you went to. Maybe log out, turn off your computer and go back on.
We'll address these guys. We'll get on this today. These are good things that
Yes, we will
get on.
make this, we will fix this instantly, you guys, okay?
Instantly.
We could stay on here for another 5 hours answering all questions. Hopefully, you guys feel free to rewatch this and hopefully you'll get some of your questions answered. And going forward, like we said, message us. We're here to help. pposhinfo@gmail.com is how you can get a hold of me. If your levels are wrong, let's get those fixed. If you have questions you need addressed, go ahead and email me if that's easiest. You can Facebook Messenger me as well. And we will get on top of all of this. But I appreciate all of you.
so one thing real quick
Oh.
on Uncon. It's not really going to be called Uncon, it's Elevate. So that is the name of the convention. So if you're
Don't call it what you used to call it. Like that, it's like, it's not really going to be called that. It's going to be called Elevate with an 8. So don't call it Uncon.
looking for anything under Uncon, don't. Look for anything that talks about Elevate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll keep going on here.
Yes. And it is
Yesterday, the customer site was not up. I didn't want to bother you when you were delivering Hudson. When I kept calling Jeff and Bart, they said they're in the back office, but not the customer facing side. They were told it would be over by 2 a.m. It still wasn't up yesterday at noon. Even our innovative people, if they share their customer link, it wasn't showing up yet, only if they logged in for anyone else, and they did it in less than 30 days. You guys, these people in IT haven't even been with their families on Memorial Weekend.
I'm sorry, Memorial Weekend is not a holiday that I'm like, oh my God, you didn't get to be with your family. Okay.
Yesterday, I wanted to send them all gifts. They did everything they could to make this as good as they could. And that's why it was so hard to
But they couldn't make a legitimate email address? Okay.
It was so hard to see all of your comments and know that you were disgruntled. But we feel your pain and we want to ease that. And I promise you, we're working around the clock to do everything we can. So you've got the email to get your questions answered. We will continue to come back in here. You can share this live with anyone on your team. Tell them to watch the entire video to get their questions answered, and we will always give you the truth, no matter how hard it is. Just know anything that has happened to you or that you have lost, don't blame us.
Don't blame us. You could just say, I'm really sorry that happened to you. But no, you're like, don't be mad at me. Don't blame the messenger. If you want to be a leader, get them on your side by apologizing and telling them that you actually understand how frustrated they are.
Don't blame us, because if we could have done it differently, we would have. We just got to be one and be in control with you guys the minute
I thought you were the CEOs of the company. How did you have no say in it? Oh, it's just not a real business.
list came into Innov8tive, which was less than 48 hours ago.
Well, and I do want to remind you, your Perfectly Posh customer service people are waiting to answer all your questions as well. So you guys can still message them at your normal way you guys do it. And so we have like around the clock, a lot of people, even though our daughter who runs our customer service for Innov8tive has just had a baby, we've got backup. And your Perfectly Posh people are still all there waiting for you guys to message if you guys have any questions on that as well.
How prepared were they with actual answers, though? That's what I want to know.
Okay. And yes, it's $49.95 for a promoter to join your team. That gets them the replicated website, the app, and no monthly fees for anything. So that covers it all. And for all of you that are...
Except we're seeing that there is a monthly fee that is popping up now. I was reading it on that one message. Hold on. Let me find it again. Oh, man. Someone said, I won't post because I don't put names up and I don't want to deal with editing it. Monthly maintenance fee, $1.50. They gonna fee all my commissions away. So then the leader said, yes, there's apparently a $1.50 monthly fee. This is in no way directed at you, just a general question. So we are expected to pay $68 yearly versus the $50 we were originally told.
Coming over, we paid all of that for you for the year. You will not have any charges and you do not have to sign up.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys feel free to keep reaching out, ask the questions, just be a little bit patient, but we appreciate you guys. I am excited. I look in 6 months to a year down the road at the stories we're telling about this collaboration. I'm super excited.
Didn't pause.
The address. Use the address, you guys. It is Saturday, so I'd use the support@perfectlyposh.com. Is that where you guys typically do it?
I'm just going to wrap this up because obviously they're just tying up their own loose ends and I don't want to watch them talk anymore. So what we're seeing in this first one, and I know there have been other lives and I have access to some of them, and I'll probably do a couple more reaction videos as I get them. But to be clear, they are putting the blame onto you, or not even so much onto you, but just completely off of them. They are using tactics to make you feel guilty if you don't make it to whatever this, elevate. Don't call it uncon. These are not leaders in any way. And if I were a Perfectly Posh consultant, I hope that by now you have seen and all that you need to see, and that this is not a company that I would hope you want to be involved in. So I hope that you found some value out of this video. And if you have any other questions, I have so many resources about this acquisition that I don't even know that I'll have time to really get into a video on it, but I will do the best I can. Please stay tuned soon for a video on Dr. Janine Ridgway. I will be doing a deep dive on her to discuss why this chiropractor has no business being a chief medical officer. So I remember that when these crazy things in MLMs or in the world happen, through kindness, education, empathy, and patience, we create a lasting movement. So remember to keep calm and please don't join an MLM. And I'll see you next time.